Geminis, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It is time for your weekly reading. I'm shuffling these cards really well. If any fly out or flip over, they're going back in the deck until I switch up my shuffling method to let the cards come out. They're very slippery and glossy. This is a two-part reading, by the way. The overall energy of this reading will be the middle card in the first part of the reading. So Geminis, we're going to find out what can you expect coming up in your life. For Geminis. For our Geminis. Oh, Geminis. Yeah, Geminis. One more little shuffle here. Okay, here we go. For our Geminis universe, please give us the cards we need for this reading for Geminis. What can they expect? What do they need to know? Whoa, for our Geminis. What do they need to know? That one flew. That one flew. For our Geminis. This is the card that flew out. Eight of Swords. Okay. So I always put the cards down in the same order that they come out of the deck. And the overall energy of your reading is the Eight of Cups. Well, oh, you got the Universe. That's awesome. That is very inspiring. Love it. Okay, so the Eight of Cups here surrounds your entire reading. You know, you're being pulled away from a relationship here. The moon is shining in the dark. It's shining the path forward for you in the dark, away from all these cups of love. You're like a moth being, pulled toward a flame. So you're turning your back, it looks like, on love. But we need to find out more, a lot more. Up here in your highest energy is the Star. This is the card for Aquarius. So Aquarius might be strong in your chart or in someone else's around this reading. But the Star here is very, very deep spiritual healing right down to your bare bones, to the bare essence of who you are. These are the two strongest energies in your whole reading. Maybe you have to walk away from someone in order to heal, or maybe you have to heal in order from another relationship in order to have the strength to walk away. Let me just keep reading because this is the beginning. I have the Ace of Wands next to the Star and right above the Eight of Cups. You do have a fresh start and new beginning. You're walking right towards a fresh start and new beginning. So I feel like you walk away from love. You're in this place. You've already walked away from love, or you are already in the process of turning your back on a relationship. You're going through you're going to this deep spiritual healing. But you're entering a place of a fresh start and new beginning. I have the Devil, which is a card for Capricorn. Capricorn might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. The energy is quite different from just being Capricorn, okay? This is toxic. So you're getting a fresh start and a new beginning from some toxic energy. This relationship you're turning your back on was toxic. There might have been a third party in this relationship. See the three entities? And it keeps that pentacle from coming forward, this toxicity. So, yeah, you're having to make some changes in your life here. I have the Queen of Wands under the Star and next to the Eight of Cups. The Queen of Wands is fire, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. That might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. The most passionate card in the deck, by the way, This is your energy. So you're very passionate. You have a lot of passion. Wherever you put your love, you put your passions. But you're holding a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to move forward. So it feels like this walking away has already happened. I feel like you're either in the healing process and probably getting ready to move forward as I'm reading this reading. I have the Ten of Wands next to the Eight of Cups. This is under the devil. You're putting the burden down. Yes, you are. There's no 11 of Wands. See the wands slipping out? You're letting them come out one by one, or you're going to end up dropping them all at once. So you're putting down a burden by walking away from a relationship that was toxic to you. And you're healing, and you're moving forward. I have the Wheel right under the Queen of Wands. This is the universe. Very powerful energy. They have a hold of the wheel of your life here, and they're helping you. They're helping you to make the right decisions and moving forward. So they will have their way, and they are getting their way. They're moving you towards what you want. You want a commitment, a committed, long-term, stable relationship with somebody. You know, you probably want more money in your life. And they're moving you right towards all this, okay? So, walking away from unwanted or unserving love. And on the other side, the Ten of Pentacles is the Four of Wands, which is under the Ten of Wands. There's a soulmate coming in. And this is a really fun, loving soulmate. City 1111, it's very powerful. There's a lot of joy. There's a lot of celebration. This can be a card of marriage. Wow. And it's right next to the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like the universe is trying to take you to a place that you've been so much wanting in your life, and that has everything. That has everything. But first you had to move away from something toxic here. So let me take out the rest of your cards for Gemini, please. One more card, I believe. There it is. So I think that's what we need. Yep, we got our cards. All right, Geminis. Here's the Ace of Cups. Look at all that love you have in your heart. I actually think you did love this person that you had to walk away from that became toxic. So you have a lot of love in your heart. You're taking your big old cup with you. I have the Eight of Swords next to the Ace of Cups. I think that this was a situation that you were really trying not to deal with. You were hoping that it would work its way out on its own. You had red flags, you had swords of truth and clarity all around you, but you weren't seeing them. You have a blindfold on. So you had love. It's all because you had love for this person. So I do think you spent some time in this relationship before walking away. I have the Seven of Wands next to the Eight of Swords. So there are people who wanted to help you. You've had opinions. These are opinions coming in from people who love you, who care about you, friends, relatives. And so you have your own wand, and you just kind of pick and choose who you want to listen to, what kind of advice that you want to take. It might have been bombarding at times, but you had to do things your way in your time. And that's how you're doing it. I have the King of Pentacles under the Ace of Cups. And all the kings and queens are very mature in their thinking. I don't know if I told you that. They're all male or female. But right next to the Ten of Wands and under the Ace of Cups is the King of Pentacles. This is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that might be strong in your chart or in someone else's around this reading. Look at that huge pentacle that they're holding. This is what you've got. This is your energy. You can really be committed to somebody. I'm looking at the rest of these cards. It's next to the Ten of Wands. You know what? It feels like whoever you're walking away from, they're having a change of heart. I think you have love for this person. I don't know what they were doing with this relationship, but it wasn't right. It was toxic. And it looks to me like they're having a change of heart because I got the Ace of Cups, then I have the King of Pentacles here, and then I have the Three of Cups under the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I think there's a separation. Yeah, I think you walked away. Yeah, I think you went through all that healing. But I think they return. But this time they return with their cup of love. So you're able to share love together. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of joy in this card. Remember the Four of Wands? They are a very strong soulmate. You know what? Since this walking away, they've had time to think about it and they're coming back. And it is a joyful reunion. It's the Three of Cups is right next to the Empress and right under the Seven of Wands. All those people with opinions on what you should do, and you just making up your own mind. You thinking that it'll work its way out. Well, you might be right that it is, but it's because you made a change is why it's working out. I have the Empress, the card for Libra or Taurus. Might be strong in someone's chart here around this reading. But this card comes out, it's to remind you that you deserve better than the toxic energy that you were getting. That's why you had to leave that. And they know you deserve it because they're back. And they're back different. They're back wanting to offer things to you, okay? So the Empress, you're so kind and loving and thoughtful and respectful, and I can go on and on. So whoever you move forward with, and I'm hoping they do, and I think they do, they just weren't willing to show it. I think they had to let this toxic energy go and then come back. They have to have a lot of the same qualities that you have for this relationship to work out for the long run. I have the Six of Wands under the King of Pentacles, and right next to the Four of Wands, there's the card for success and love. This relationship will end up being a success in the long run. Look at all those wands of those people who are giving you opinions, who love and care about you. Now they're celebrating your love for somebody. Okay, and that wreath, that can symbolize engagement. They may make that offer. They may offer that huge pentacle. Wow. They're seeing you as the soulmate that you are, a very strong soulmate. That they had an awakening of sorts by you doing what you had to do for you. I have the Fool right next to, well, I have the Three of Wands right next to the Six of Wands and under the Three of Cups. And there you are. You know, you've never stopped loving them, even though you walked away, you knew you had to. And you were in this process of holding this staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with the Queen of Wands. You weren't really going anywheres, though. You were just moving away from this relationship because it became toxic. And I do think that you were hoping that they would return with what you needed from this relationship, because there's your ships out there, and I think they're coming in, and I think they're your ship. And I have the Fool next to the Three of Wands and right under the Empress. So this was the energy. I think you're very passionate. You might have jumped into this relationship a little faster than maybe you should have, both of you. And, you know, just kind of lived in the moment, threw caution to the wind. It was fun. It was joyful. But you reached the end of the cliff. And that's why it's called the Fool's energy, because you don't see the edge of the cliff coming till you're there. And then you start to look forward towards, I want more, I need more. And usually you're both not on the same plane at the same time. So things fall apart. But I feel like things fell apart, but they're coming back together. My gosh. Okay, Geminis. There's a lot of hope in a relationship that was toxic, they're letting that toxic energy go and they're coming back. Oh my gosh. Let's take out a message from your guardian angels and spirit guides here. This may or may not have to do with this reading. We will see. One more shuffle here. Gemini. Okay, for our Geminis, we'll pull you out a card. So it's the Ace of Thought. I'm going to read it to you. This cherub has arrived to congratulate you for your brilliant new idea, which is truly inspired. It's important to communicate clearly and thoroughly with others who are involved in the implementation of your idea. Like I said, you got all these ideas here. Don't be dissuaded by little changes along the way. These are merely course corrections to perfect your plan. Wow. You know, a lot of this feels intentional to get them to really think about how they feel about you and to make a decision. I think they really had to make a decision here. And I think it worked. I do. I think it worked. So Geminis, this was your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot. I want to thank my guardian angels and spirit guides for helping me deliver you this message.